Oh
Wait,
man, I need to
are
play
you
that.
ready? Oh, I'm ready. That's what it is.
I'm not
That's
ready.
it. Thank you. I can't do the voice, especially right now. But hello,
Oh
chat
boy.
room. Oh, you're singing to yourselves. Oh, I'm sorry. We're
Well,
here.
what
I
are you
promised
singing?
we'd be here. I promised we'd be here. We're here.
Yeah.
We are here. We are here to see you. I'm going to tweet the deets that we are at the live stream. We are live. Twitch.tv /Tauren, I think. Tank. And now it is time for me to not look at Twitter for the rest of the night because Game of Thrones spoilers. Yeah, I feel my throat right now hurts, but it's in decent condition. So we'll see how it is by the end of the night.
It is manageable.
2 hour show is probably going to wreck it, but we'll just deal.
Until next time, slash moo.
That was a real problem last night. Like my throat started to swell from
Ugh.
whatever bug I've got. And it was like I couldn't talk anymore. And I'm trying to shot call to the ladies. And I'm like, go top, go top, and go top. Is what it was coming out like. So
Can you go top, please? Please go top. Switch lanes,
So,
rotate.
I've rested it all day. I've only spoken to my parents because it was Mother's Day. So
Yep.
no more shot calling.
unless
No
it's
YOLO. Yes, no YOLO. Solomio knows what's up.
No mo YOLO.
No YOLO is usually what it is. No YOLO. All right. I've got show notes up. I've got live stream up. Whoa.
What?
Did you just highlight that whole thing?
Yeah, well, the way this dark theme has got all of the regular text has like a white border around it.
Oh,
So
weird.
I'm just gonna create a new document and then paste it and then change it up,
Okay.
so that way I can read it a little bit better.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. All
There we
that.
go.
Yeah.
You're an anonymous badger? No, you're an anonymous beaver today.
I'm a beaver today.
It's an anonymous beaver in the
Anonymous
document.
beaver. Well, let me not be an anonymous beaver. Let me log in.
I mean, you can be an anonymous beaver. I don't care, but because it's kind of amusing.
Just to see, like, what's going on? There's a beaver in here. Who let this beaver in here?
I got nothing. I got nothing for you. I got nothing.
I got nothing. You got nothing, kid.
Got nothing for you, kid. Just gonna have to deal. Oh, look, it's Marconin the gnome is now in the show notes.
I am now in the show notes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Trying to get.
Tasha, that's one. What movie is that from? I can't remember.
What? Which one?
Nice beaver, thanks. I just had it stuffed. What movie is that from?
What
is
is?
that?
It's from something.
Is it Austin Powers? No,
Might be.
Is it Austin
No.
Powers? I can't remember, but I know I've seen this movie. Well, Police Squad. Yes, thank you. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn Alpha Geek on.
All right. Police Squad. I don't know that I've ever seen that. I have heard that joke before though. Let's see. Oh goodness. Happy Sunday evening, folks, or Monday morning, depending on where you're at. Or Monday afternoon. What is it in Sydney? I don't know. It's at some point tomorrow. OMG Solomio.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Have you
So
not seen Police Squad?
I not to my knowledge. I don't know.
Oh.
Whoop, don't do
See
that.
now, this is the thing. This is a Patreon goal for us to do movie nights together.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can get up to that point, we can watch movies that the two of us have never seen. Like one of the two of us has never seen. Right?
Right.
That could be one
And
of
I
them.
know one of them we could do that. Or and what's the other one? What's the one that you haven't seen?
Oh God, there's
was-
so many. Like,
There was
I was talking
the
to
one that
Pat the other day, and he's like, well, what about this one? I haven't seen that one. He was talking about Blade Runner. I've never seen Blade Runner.
neither have I.
Okay.
Neither have I. So I have
Okay.
not seen Blade Runner.
What else? There were other ones he was mentioning, and I mean, there is a list. And if we went into like the 90s, the 80s, 90s movies and said, I've seen that, I haven't seen that, it would be more I haven't seen than I've seen. And the people go, what? Like, that's not okay.
Yeah, well, I didn't see the Goonies until I was 23, 24. Like, I just never
You never saw it. That was one of my favorites.
never saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's what I was wondering. Police Squad. Police Squad was part of the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah.
And so I have seen Naked Gun. I've seen all three of those.
Okay.
So I have seen that.
Let me make sure that the screen is going right. Are you working? Yes. Okay. Peek around the corner, make sure it's working. Hi, Nymphadora. I'm doing okay. Ugh, I hurt and my throat hurts, but we'll see how it all holds up by the end of the night, right? We'll see how I do by the end of the night. Because it might be interesting. But we're muscling through this.
Fun.
We're muscling through this.
Whoop, don't do that. I'm getting my new setup together, folks. I recently purchased a new monitor, and so I just scooted the other one over because that's what the cool kids do these days is they have more than one monitor. You know, so now I'm...
I could be like the cool kids.
Yeah.
I hear that song way too much on my Spotify. I'm sorry.
You know, it was on one of the ads, isn't it?
That song?
Or it used to be. Yeah, that song used. I think it was like they did a clip of it as an ad.
It might be. I don't have
because I know
television.
you got the paid one.
Yeah, I don't have television. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I have paid Spotify, so I don't hear ads, and I don't watch TV for like. I don't watch live TV. I only watch broadcast, like streaming stuff. So.
Yeah,
I have no cable subscription, and I have Spotify.
Yeah, it's pretty much just YouTube for me as far as movies go, or not movies, but TV shows.
Do you have Netflix?
Yes, okay. I do have Netflix, but now that I have another reason for getting the second monitor is so that I can, because I like to listen to stuff on YouTube while I'm playing WoW or something. I'll listen to a documentary, but now I can watch it too.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of cool. I have to wait until Tuesday for Civil War.
I'm not seeing it until next weekend. I know.
It's eating at me.
I know.
So by golly, no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. Well,
folks,
I don't think it can spoil anything because I've read the comic, so I can't really be spoiled necessarily.
No, because I've read Civil War as well,
yeah.
But I know they do their own thing, and it's just it's going to be.
You want to see how it gets realized.
Yeah, I want to see how they do it and how they adapt it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Civil War spoilers. It has superheroes.
It has superheroes.
Yeah, I'm going to Minneapolis next weekend.
Oh, sweet.
And I'll be home in time for the show, but or I'll be able to do depending on what I decide to do. I'm staying at Pat's house. He's like, you could just do the show from our house, and I'm like, that's true, I could. So
yeah.
Either way, we're gonna be available to do the show. It's just I said we should go see it while I'm there. He's like, okay. So
yeah,
it's always more fun.
Might as well.
With friends. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
I need to put stuff in my show notes too. Because
yeah.
I mean,
I haven't decided what I'm talking about yet, so I'm kind of winging it.
Yeah, a lot's happened in the last 2 weeks.
I know. So I will just wing.
Yeah. I need to look that up. Let's see here. Typing it in.
5 weeks until work. I know. We've got this full court press going. Well, it's not full court press, but we're going on every couple days or so when I have a moment on Twitter, and I might just send a message from Well Played's Twitter account to Man-Made Moon at Man-Made Moon. We've got a spot for you.
Minneapolis is great this
Thanks
time
for
of
coming.
year.
Gossie and Sage Time. Hi, guys. Let's say hi, everybody. I had said hi to Nika who worked a 12-hour shift. Limited release, Core Girl, really? I didn't hear about that.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
kind of dumb.
weeks. 2 weeks till Overwatch. Well, is it 2 weeks or is it 3 weeks?
2 weeks, right?
Yep, 2 weeks from Tuesday.
There's a extension to the open beta. It goes until Tuesday now. Tuesday? Yeah.
Yep, Tuesday at 10 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah. Cool. We had fun playing it on Friday night, man. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, I bet. I wish I could have been there.
You know, if you're kind of getting used to Overwatch and you don't know how to do, I'm going to recommend that you go into the brawl that's going on right now. Because the brawl is you spawn as a random character and you play that character until you die and then you switch. And I'll tell you what, it's so frustrating sometimes to play a character that you don't know. But if it clicks with you, like Torbjorn, I could not figure out Torbjorn at all. And then we played the random, I did this on Drinking and Swearing. We did the random modifier where you would just respawn as a different character and you couldn't change it. You just had to go. And I'm just gonna move my light. Hold on. And it sent me on Torbjorn, and I figured it out. Like I figured him out, and I'm like, dude. So I played him on the next round, and I pissed the other team off so bad because we were on defense, it was me up on the platform with my turret, and then Kalani was behind me as Bastion, and we just destroyed them, and they were so mad at us. Like, this is not a fun game. This is not fun. You gotta destroy that turret.
This game sucks.
This game sucks, Blizz.
GG, Blizz.
Yeah, because if you can figure it out, holy crap. Like, I was having so much fun. So, yeah, I know. It's like when but you kind of feel like you're cheating because your turret gets all the kills and you're just like, doo-doo-doo, I'm Torbjorn.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few play of the games where I saw one, I think, on one of the Overwatch fan sites where where Torbjorn got it, and you just see Torbjorn like fall off a cliff and die, and then you see his turret gets like 3 or 4 kills in a row. That's the play of the game. Is that you see him sitting, he falls off the cliff, and so the screen is still on like the cliff that he just fell off. I was like, eliminated.
That's
like, those are the best.
That game is fun. That game is really fun. All right, chat room. We're gonna test sound so you guys can hear. Let's do Kilrog. Guys can hear Kilrog. I know Marconi can.
Yep.
Thanks, Navar. We've got a new background.
I need to do a little clip from that old Gul'dan. Just a really short clip.
You need to do that.
I need to hear that again. It's been so long since I've heard it.
Let me see if I... Hang on. I see if I can find it. Might be in my email.
I can't hear you at all. I can't hear you either, Teja.
It is here. Oh, there it is.
Let's get hungry too. It's Gul'dan at the drive-thru.
Yeah.
I found it.
Yep. I recorded that singing thing in a hotel, tiny closet of a computer room, because that's the only space that had quiet.
I'm putting it on the soundboard, at least the whole thing, and I can just play that beginning sound.
Yeah, I was gonna try and get one of Gul'dan's grunts at the end.
Oh God!
Like one of those, just clip a good one, just a really short one. Like,
do you guys say a kitten? There's no kitten. Who hears a kitten?
What kitten?
There's no kitten.
Yeah, the girls aren't in here. So I don't know. Okay.
I'm naming this Gul'dan at the drive-thru so I know what it is. There we go.
Let's get hungry too. It's Gul'dan at the drive-thru.
Yep.
Where's Garrus? Garrus is passed out on the bed. He didn't cooperate with me setting up the stream cam for him, so he but he's passed out on this. I took a picture of him that I might just save for a Feline Friday. It's the cute, like he saw me as I got up and he stretched backwards, and so now he's like he's stretched out long, turned upside down, looking at me upside down. It's so cute.
Aww.
So Never, I saw your message. We'll talk about the Warcraft movie meetup during the show. But just to let you guys know, currently tickets are sold out. We are full. So we are just waiting at the moment to see if some people decide that their plans have changed closer to the time. Because we have a maximum of 150 and we have 150 tickets that have been claimed. So not counting mine, which is like 151. So I didn't have one in there.
Yep.
So yep.
I almost feel bad for the other people in the theater in our showing.
I don't know yet. We need to talk to the guy at the theater. It may just be us.
Okay.
They may put us in a theater where it's just us. So that would be amazing because we'd like to get up before the show and talk to everybody.
Yeah.
So that would be, so Pat and I would like to get up there and the committee would like to get up there and we'd like to say hi to everybody and let them know and give them some, some excitement and woo and, so.
Yeah. I was like, okay, give me a for the Alliance. Give me a for the Horde. And then the people
it's all
going to
be for the Alliance. Are you kidding? This entire group.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know if we had some dissenters that are coming. Some people who play Horde more.
Yep. Am I feeling better? Yes. I'm in show mode, so I'm pushing through. And most likely, what's going to happen is I'll be fine for the show, and then I will not be fine when we're done. Because that's kind of how it works. But I saved up all my energy for tonight, so that's the way it's going to work. All the energy.
I'm trying to find the energy.
Come on, Mark Conan. Buck up, young soldier.
I'm trying to wake up.
Buck up, Bucky Barnes.
Quit rubbing it in. Neither of us have seen
I know.
it yet. Dang it.
Dang it. All right, chat room. Are you guys ready? It's right check time. You guys ready? Pat needs to make the fart noise. If he does the fart noise, I will laugh. It's like a Pavlovian response. Like I laugh every time he makes this fart noise. So he has to give me that fart noise because then I'd play it on. Maybe I'd resist it. So
I may have to send him an email then.
Oh, he can give you the fart sounder. Every time we do Case of the Mondays, he uses it as a marker in the beginning because we'll just be kind of like bantering on the stream. So then he's like, all right, let's get started. And I'm like, stop. I mean, it's like I'm such a little kid.
Oh, goodness. And you can't hear the fan, can you?
No.
Okay, good.
Well, turn it off and let me see if I can. I don't hear it, but no.
Couldn't hear a difference?
Turn it back on. Yeah. Your other microphone picked up everything. This one doesn't.
Yes, it did. It picked up absolutely everything.
If Mark Conan farted, you'd be able to tell.
Yep.
Sorry. I know it's probably a little crude. It made you laugh, though.
Yeah, just a little bit. Nothing wrong with some good old fart humor, as Gul'dan knows firsthand.
God, that was funny. Oh, that was June. The original. That was a June thing, so it's June, a year ago.
Goodness.
We
are still here in Hellfire Citadel in Tanan Jungle, because that's where the thing took place, was in Tanan.
I know. And hey, we're very rapidly approaching Triple T's 4-year anniversary.
Yes. Well, just a couple of weeks, right?
It's the 18th.
Mm-hmm. A Wednesday.
It is 4 years of Triple T. Can you believe it? Like, holy crap. Holy crap. We've been doing this for 4 years. Okay. You guys have been ready checked. You're ready for the poll. We're going to get this show on the road before my
Show
voice
on
gives
the
out.
road.
Let's hope it holds up for the entire show, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, we'll do it in 3.
I was getting it out before the show.
Don't do that.
It's no fart sounder. I just had to clear
Breaking my
throat.
concentration. All right, going.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 186 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Sunday, May 8th of 2016. It is 8:13 in the PM Central Daylight Time. My name is Jules. We are back again with another episode of this lovely podcast, which is very close to celebrating its 4-year anniversary, which is blowing both of our minds. And speaking of both of us, with me, as always, is the illustrious and never quite serious Mark Hoden.
Well, if I was always serious, you wouldn't know when I was having fun. So I like
Sense
to be,
of
I like to have
humor.
fun
It's
more.
a sense of humor that I like about you.
You know, kid, you've got that sense of humor too. I think that's why we're friends.
I think you're right. I think this is a friendship that is gonna last for a long time. So
Yes, it is. It's a friendship that will continue to sail on because it's a ship.
it just sails away. Just sail away. Hi guys, we're back, and we apologize for not having a show last week. I was not feeling up to it. I was not up to not to my, as my father would say, full bloom of my maturity. Hi, Dad.
That's a good way to say it. I've never heard that before.
Back to the full bloom of your maturity, and so I just wasn't up to it. So we're back. I am still sick, but we're muscling through this biatch because I wanted to do a show, and I might regret it at the end. I might exhaust myself to the point where, we'll see. But it'll be a fun ride along the way. Mark Hoden, how have you been for the last 2 weeks? What's shaking, bacon?
Man, oh man, it's been 2 weeks. It's been a heck of a 2 weeks. A lot of just roller coaster stuff, On the WoW part, I've got 2 new mounts, so that's a good thing.
Woo!
I used a lot of my Garrison gold money to buy a Mythic Blackhand kill, which afforded me the, what is it called? Iron Hoof Destroyer, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
Was that
And,
an open raid event? Did you do that?
No, it was our buddy Prize.
Oh, that's right.
His guild. Is his guild alone?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the Alone Guild on Airy Peak did that.
I think
They're selling mount
alone.
runs.
It used to be
and
alone.
I think it still is. But he was my contact to do that, and so I forked over the cash, and I wanted to. I had my eye on the Blackhand itself. Blackhand's mace looks like a furnace, and so I took my my Gnome Death Knight in there as the character to get it, or to get the kill. And he said, "Yeah, man, you could take whatever loot you need. Since you paid for the run, you get dibs on any of the gear, like for transmog or whatever." And this dude's a fresh 100. He's still decked out in just starter blues and like a couple of baleful gear pieces.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it drops not only the Black Hand, but also like the Paladin lookalike shoulders that have like it has the Draenei symbol that's made out of crystals that fly in and like kind of hover. And so I got both of those for my brand new 100. He's carrying around a mythic 2-hander, so he looks awesome. And so I got that. So I'm very happy with that. And then I saw a guy that was selling bloody coin farming, and I still didn't have the Ashhide Mushan mount from the Timeless Isle. So I contacted him. He's like, "It'll be this much," and I was like, "Here you go." Took like 15 minutes. I got my coins, got my mount. So now I don't have to worry about PvPing for that, because it was so frustrating as a mage. Because to get a bloody coin, you have to use the item to like kind of flag you for it, and then you have to get the killing blow, to get a possibility of getting a bloody coin. And the mount cost 500 coins. And I went through an entire Ashran thing and got 2.
Ooh.
An entire thing. And so I just was like, I'll just wait till somebody sells it. But luckily, last week someone sold it.
Yeah.
Or someone was selling it.
Yeah.
So 2 new mounts, yes. Still more than I'm working on. You know, it's kind of casual now that I broke through 300 and we're kind of just working our way until Legion. So
yeah, you're just waiting
kinda,
for the breakthrough with everything for Legion.
Yeah. And so I'm anxious to see where all these pretty new mounts are coming from, how much they're going to cost, where do I farm them. So it's something I can't wait for the next expansion. So just a few more months, but I can keep on collecting in the meantime.
Good deal.
Stuff to keep me busy. My car died. That's another thing that happened.
That was not fun.
Nope, but luckily it happened on my way home from work on Thursday, and I'm off on Friday and Saturday, so I had the rest of the weekend to figure out what to do. And so this past week, actually another thing is kind of tied into this. On Tuesday, my choir director from high school he's retiring this year, and his final concert, public concert except for graduation, was Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And every year he would always ask alumni to come up and sing the last song that he always put in, which is one of his favorites, called That Lonesome Road by James Taylor. Mm-hmm. I love James Taylor anyway, so I know the song and I loved it. And so I always wanted to do that, go back to the high school to see his concert and to sing up on stage. So it's his last concert, so I had to do it. And it was a blast. I got to see a lot of friends from high school, and it was really cool to catch up with him. And I got to sing the song, and it was nice. And I was able to get another car, kind of traded in for another car. So now I'm driving around a new to me vehicle.
Yeah, new to me vehicle.
Yes, and it is good because it has 4 wheels and air conditioning, which is all I ask.
Did you have air conditioning in your other car?
Yes,
okay.
And actually I have cruise control now. I haven't had cruise control for like 4 years.
Oh wow!
So my right ankle is very happy, very happy.
Especially from those long road trips you were taking.
Yeah. It was tough sometimes, but I muscled through, and now I don't have to. So that's nice.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And and then this week, actually it was Tuesday as I was leaving to go to the concert, I found out that my great uncle had passed away. And
I'm so sorry.
I hadn't, it's my grandfather's only remaining sibling. So now it's just, as far as the brothers and sisters, it's just him now. But, I hadn't seen him in a couple of years, but I talked to him on Facebook around Christmas time because I just never see him. But so went to the funeral on Friday and saw some family, and it was rough. And then on top of that, sometimes if you guys have listened to the show since I started, occasionally you'll hear dogs barking, and we have 2 dogs here at the house. One is my wife's dog, and the other one was her dog from when she was in high school. Mm-hmm. And the older one was the guard dog, the one who would bark at everything and anything to the point of utter and complete total annoyance. Well, she passed away on Wednesday morning as I was getting ready to leave for work.
Oh, no.
And, it was one of those things where, it was annoying, but no one would come near the house. No one could come near the house without us knowing.
Right. She was your early warning signal. Exactly.
And she was a good dog. She loved all of us, and she was a very strong dog. And even the day before, she was barking, but it ended up being it was heart failure that got her. She was 14, so sometimes we get up there. I mean, Harley was 13, and I lost him. We had to say goodbye to him like a month ago. So it's
not been a good run for having kids.
Yeah,
passing.
But needless to say, I'm spending a lot of time with Reese because she's the eldest now, my black cat, and she's fine. She runs around and loves pets and stuff. So, I'm just just doing the best.
I know it's all you can do. I'm so sorry for everything that's been going on.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's You got to keep a positive spin on it. It did, going to the funeral did afford me the chance to see my family and see family that I hadn't seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And, I actually went and I was walking around the cemetery and found my great grandparents' great grandparents' tombstones, which my great grandmother and I have the same birthday this month. And she would have been 100 this year. So I didn't know that. And then I started looking around and finding their parents and their parents' parents. And it was really cool to get kind of a history lesson, sad reason to be there. But, it was an interesting part of it. So
Yeah.
there's always a bright side to the stories. But there you go. So it's been been a weird roller coaster 2 weeks. So
Tell you about it. Yeah, no kidding. Well, all the
Yeah.
hugs for you, my friend, because I know
Oh,
it's
thank
not been
you.
easy, but you keep a smile on your face no matter what, and that's what I love about you. So
fake it till you make it sometimes.
sometimes, yeah, I can speak to that very, very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But how about you?
So, it's been a busy couple of weeks, a couple things to share, and you know what? It's time to just talk about it because I don't need to wait anymore. Why the hell do I
Yeah.
need to wait anymore? So there are stuff going on in my life that I can't really talk about, except for that you guys know that I'm going through a divorce. That has been declared.
Yeah.
So, other than that, there's not a whole lot I can say about that, except that we're getting very close, hopefully, to the end of that process. And now it's about what's going to happen with the rest of my life. And back in December, I was very, very blessed to be invited to Minnesota for the Christmas holidays to spend time with Pat Crane, one of my best friends, and his family. And so I had been thinking about this for a while, and I said, you know what? I think that when everything gets done with this process, that I'm just going to move to Minnesota. I don't have anything in Wisconsin anymore that keeps me here, really. The only thing that keeps me here is the fact that I have a lease and a job. And the job has been certainly very tumultuous. And, and I have no family here. And there are a lot of friends in Minnesota, a lot of very friendly and kind people that live in Minnesota. And I said, you know what? I think I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to plan on doing this. And a couple weeks ago, I sat down with my dear friend Pat Crane, who I do a Case of the Mondays with, and we do a whole lot of other work together. And he said, look, Jules, let's talk. You're moving to Minnesota, and I know you want to move to Minnesota, but I'd like you to come sooner if you can. Because I want to work with you, and I want you to be a part of Signals Media.
Yeah.
And so, all of a sudden now I have a job and a reason to move faster. And so Pat and I are going to be working on some amazing stuff that he's finishing up this brand new studio that he's building. And it is time to make it sing. It's time to make it fly. So I am super, super excited. I am making plans to move in July if I can. I have so much that needs to fall into place, though. And I have to find a subletter for my house, for my apartment. I have to find an apartment in Minnesota. I've already let my employer know, which is why I can talk about this now. My employer actually knows that I'm leaving, so they're hiring somebody to come in. So actually, next weekend I am finishing work on Friday and driving to Minnesota, and I am looking at apartments over the weekend.
Nice.
To see if we can get this rolling. And I gotta say, you know what? The cards are going to fall into place where they are. Like, if I can't find a subletter, then I'm going to have to wait. And if I don't find an apartment yet, I just, it's all these things. But you guys, oh my gosh, the chat room, I love you guys so much. Thank you. You're so kind. All these congratulatory messages, and it means a ton. Oh, I'm going to cry. Don't cry, Jules. Don't cry. This is really cool for me. I'm very excited. So, okay, don't cry. Don't cry. It's been a tough year, and this is really cool, amazing news to look forward to.
Absolutely.
And so we'll just see how things fall apart, completely, because it's going to fall apart before it gets better. But I'm so ready. I'm so ready for this change, and I'm so ready to be around friends. I'm so it's so weird to live in a place where I just don't have anybody close by that I can just go out to dinner with. It's strange. So yeah, so this is super, super exciting. So there's my big news. I can finally share it. And sorry, it's emotional. It's like
no, don't be sorry.
I know. I feel stupid crying. It's just So I'm very happy. So this next couple months might be a little bit tumultuous for us. We're gonna figure it out the best way we can, and hell, it's going to be a fun ride. You get to see it as long as it goes on this way. Tasia70 in the chat room asked if I'm going to be a Vikings fan. No. Sorry, no. There's going to definitely be a rivalry between my dear friends in Minnesota and I. I've got too much Packers gear. I can't give that up.
You can't completely switch out your wardrobe.
Seriously. Seriously. So the cool thing about now, I won't have moved before the Minnesota meetup. We're still going to be in transition before that point, but we are getting so much closer to the Minnesota movie meetup. And I'm thrilled and sad to say that we are sold out right now for tickets for the Minnesota movie meetup. It will be we will see how people's plans shake out, because these are free tickets. And so if people decide they aren't going to come, we're going to encourage them to cancel their order so that we can get other people to come in, because I know that there's interest. But really right now we're sold out. So I'm so excited. 150 people are going to be at this event in Minnesota on June 11th. And I couldn't be happier. That is going to be so
cool.
Couldn't be happier.
Oh, man.
Mark Honan and I will be there. Pat Crane will be there, of course. There'll be so many friends, people that from all of the we're trying to get some of our friends even from outside Signals Media to be coming in to join us. We're hoping that they can make it. So it's gonna be,
and we keep bugging Mr. Duncan though.
I'm serious. Oh, okay, I have to tell you this funny story, though. I got this message after we had tweeted one time, and Duncan Jones had retweeted our tweet saying, hey, you could come and sit with us. We've got room for you. Because I'm holding a seat for him, of course.
Yeah. So, oh, yeah.
And
just I
got contacted by this, out there newspaper in New York City, the Asia Times or something. And they're like, hey, if you have a media section, we'd like to be a part of it. And I'm like, no. And then they asked us, well, what's your cause? And I'm like, what do you mean? And they said, what are you doing this for? Is it nonprofit? I said, no, we're just a bunch of nerds who want to get together. And I started laughing. I felt sorry for this poor guy, because he really wanted to be a part of the media section for this thing. There's not a media section.
There are no sections. It's just the WoW nerd section. That's the whole thing.
It's pretty fun.
That's all of us.
So kind of an amusing little thing there. It's just a bunch of nerds that want to get together. I had to explain it 3 times. He didn't understand what I was saying. And I'm like, there was a bit of a language barrier there too. So it was we're not doing this for a nonprofit or a fundraising. We're just doing it to get together.
We just want to hang out. That's all.
All right. So those are the things that have been going on with us. Obviously now we're also planning the Well Played Kickstarter for the BlizzCon party. That is heavy into planning right now too. I spent time this afternoon working on that when I was feeling up to it. And so I just trying to get that rolling. We've got a whole bunch of plans for that. And that's going to be launching in June. And the chat room's like, you guys got to keep track of our show titles. That's your job. So you guys know what your job is. But in the meantime, we're going to do a show. How does that sound?
I think we should. I think that's one reason why they're here.
I think that is. Let's go ahead and start with our first question of the night.
Let's kick around some ideas, not gnomes.
It is time for the discussion topic, and here it is. Dear Triple T, My 10-year high school graduation is coming up. I think he meant reunion. My class is having a party at a local restaurant. I was bullied a lot in high school to the point where I tried committing suicide. I just learned that one of the boys who did most of the bullying had an accident while he was in college where he fell off of his fraternity's balcony and severed his spine, causing him to lose the use of his legs for the rest of his life. Should I feel sorry for him and forgive him, or should I not because of what pain and torment he caused me in my youth? From Moother, pronounced like Uther, as in Uther the Lightbringer from WoW lore, Rhett Paladin from Synthetic Guild Area 52 server.
All right, another high school reunion question. We had one a few weeks back, right?
This is a double whammy. It's like a high school reunion and forgiveness.
Yeah. So this one, I had a strong reaction to it when I first read it.
Tell me about that.
You don't want to relish in the suffering of others, even if you look. I was the fat band nerd that got picked on all the time growing up, to the point at which, yes, I even thought about the bad things that are about trying to kill yourself. To me, it got that bad. Mm-hmm. I never did, of course, because I'm sitting here talking to you right now, thankfully so.
You thought about it, but did you ever attempt it?
Not really, no.
Okay.
So it's something I can identify with. I know some of these people you haven't seen in 10 years. You haven't seen since, graduation, since you put on your cap and gown and threw your cap in the air. As someone who, my 10-year reunion was 5 years ago, and I went to it because, to me, I did have some friends that were going to be there. There were a lot of people that I wasn't going to, that I didn't really talk to a lot in high school. But the thing is after 10 years, you just want to catch up. And I even had people come up and apologize for the way they treated me growing up. Mm-hmm. Because people grow up, they realize what douche nozzles they were in high school. and and just, how much that they've grown. They've had kids now, and if they started early enough, their kids are about the same age that they were when they were picking on me. So they can see that and they understand it. So people do change in those 10 years. Now, this guy may have changed in those 10 years himself, accident or no accident. And to kind of think of his, I don't really get it quite from the letter, but one way that you could continue the line of thinking is that you might almost say he got what he deserved.
Some could say that.
Some could say that, and so I don't know. That's something that that put the brakes on in my head, thinking that, well, should I feel sorry for him, forgive him because don't forgive him because he had an accident and was dumb and fell or whatever happened, mm-hmm. and he got hurt. Forgive him because that's what you should do, because it's been that long ago. Mm-hmm. It's been ages. You've both moved on. Heck, he probably doesn't remember half of it. Most people don't, because what was so impactful about your life was a flash in the pan for theirs, so they don't even remember.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. Don't revel in the misfortunes of others, of the bad things that have happened to other people, even if they picked on you, because you're better than that. You can be better than that. And
yeah. And I think that's the challenge for most people is to say...
It is a challenge.
High road, low road. It's like, taking the high road is something that is one of the hardest things to do. It's so easy to just get into someone's face and call them names and tell them that they're worthless or that they, it's so... That's easy to do for some people because... I have to think about this from a couple of different perspectives when I read this email. You think about it from Moother's perspective, and I hate to use this term because it has such a stigma to it, but in that sense, he is a victim. It's mm-hmm. powerless. You are being treated poorly and don't have the ability to control what's happening to you because it's someone else's actions being affected. They're affecting you. You become the victim of the bullying.
Yeah. And there's. Oh no, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going back through it and going back through the letter as you were reading it, and he's like, should I not forgive him because of the pain and torment he caused me in my youth? Yeah, you were the victim, but the thing is, it's not permanent. Like he wouldn't torment you for the rest of your life and constantly be there. The fact that he can't walk anymore is something that he's with every day when he wakes up. It's something that will torment him for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And that's one way to kind of think of it, is like, you have risen above this. You are better than being a bully, even though you were the victim. You've risen above it. And to kind of use your pain to withhold, to kind of, like I said, revel in it, or, like, he got what he deserved because he was mean to me.
Yeah, and
Not quite.
There's two parts of that. So
Yeah.
you've heard the saying of saying you holding on to anger and resentment is like letting someone live rent-free in your head. Have you heard that before?
I haven't heard that one, but I've heard similar sayings.
Yeah. So most likely this guy moved way past you from the time, and you've allowed him to stay with you and hold on to the pain and that kind of thing. That's your choice. You have the control to be able to choose between letting them get to you and letting them not. And I know that sounds pretty contrite, but it's not, because when you say you only have the power to hurt me if I let you. We have to realize that. You have the power to hurt me if I let you. Now, let's use me and Mark Honan as an example. I give Mark Honan him some ultimate trust in my life. He knows things about me that I don't share with a lot of other people. And so he would have the power to hurt me if he chose to. And I've chosen to trust him, that I know that he would never do that purposefully. He would never try to hurt me. But he could. He could. If he chose to, he could hurt me, and I would, let's say he goes out and he blasts my secrets to the entire world. Like, he would never do this, but let's say that he did. And, then I get to choose whether I allow him to hurt me anymore, right? That's how I see that, number one. And that's, either choosing to forgive him or to say, we are no longer connected in this way, and we're going to move on with our lives, and I'll get over it and you'll get over it, and that, that's it. Yeah. So there's that part. But I also believe something else. I also believe that you do not understand what a person is going through, what a person feels, truly understand, unless you've walked in their shoes.
Exactly.
And this guy, this fraternity accident guy, went through his life and he bullied people, most likely more than one, treated them poorly, most likely dealing with his own secret pain. Because that's what bullies do. Bullies act out because they are in pain of their own, and so they deflect their pain by putting it on somebody else. That's the genesis of bullying. That's what happens. That's why people who don't bully don't hurt other people, because they're dealing with the pain of someone bullying them. So, but most of the time, I mean, I'm making generalizations here. But now think about what has happened to this poor guy. He has now lost the use of his legs. People stare at him. Children point at him. People give him pitiful looks and, oh my gosh, you'll never do this. You'll never have this. You'll never get this. And he has to now deal with the fact that he lives in a life that he used to have. The life he used to have is gone. Yeah. And he gets bullied too, whether or not he chooses to accept it or not. But have you ever been in a situation where, like, people are looking at you with pity? Some of the worst stuff in the world, man. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. So, should I feel sorry for him and forgive him, or should I not, because of what pain and torment he has caused me in my youth? I can pretty much guarantee that what he's going through now is probably equal or more painful to what you experienced, and the scales are balanced.
Yeah. So, I mean, the luck or fate or, chance has dealt him a hand and it's not your position to point and laugh because he used to point and laugh at you. It's feeling sorry for him. It depends on the person. Some people, when they face, debilitating circumstances, they rise above it and they overshadow it with their positivity, and they can go on to work and do the Paralympics and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes they don't want pity. They're just like, I'm just a person, and in other, so maybe not feeling sorry, in the sense like, oh, I feel so bad that you're handicapped. That's so bad. Don't sit there and like, sugarcoat everything, but forgive him for what he did, because it's not holding him back. It was holding you back.
Yeah.
Or it's holding you back still. So, I mean, it could be if you go to the reunion, I mean, like I said, he may not even remember that he did awful things to you. So this is a chance to kind of reboot the relationship between the two of you, and just go in strong and be like, hey, I am, I'm so-and-so, you remember me from blah, 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 and try and restart the relationship as far as it could go. Cause you guys may not see each other until the next reunion or whenever, but it doesn't hurt to start fresh if you can, and start strong and start positive, because like I said, there's like dozens of people at high school that made fun of me, and some of them probably don't even remember it. Others did, and they apologized for it. Others didn't think they did that bad of a thing. And that, some of them are friends of mine now, that I talk to consistently, so, we all move on from the horrors of high school, and how you choose to move on is up to you.
Yeah.
Because you are your own person, and you have grown a lot over the last decade. And so has he.
And the thing is you have no obligation to even talk to this guy if you don't want to.
You don't have to, no.
You have no obligation to. There's nothing saying that this is something that you are supposed to do. And that's entirely your choice. But to carry on the difficulties that you're having with it, and letting it still burn inside your brain, the scars are still there. And I think about that from my own situations of being bullied in school, because I was, and some of it was pretty severe. And it shaped me into who I am today. Good or bad, it shaped me to who I am today. And so I use the lessons that I've learned. I make a conscious effort. I can't say never. I make a very conscious effort to try to accept people for who they are unconditionally, unless they prove me otherwise. My general rule in life is that if I follow Wheaton's law, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
And, I don't care what color you are, what orientation you are. Just don't be a dick to anybody. And I want you around. And if you're a dick, then I probably won't. So
yeah.
It's kind of how it works. But, I was having this wonderful conversation with my coworker the other day, because she has two wonderful daughters who I absolutely love. And they're in their late teens. One is 18 and one is 17. And they're going through the typical things about trying to discover what their sexual orientation is, especially one of them. And this day and age, it's very difficult for teenagers, because there's so many labels and there's so many identifiers, and it becomes very confusing for them, and they just don't really know. One of them's about to go off to college, and she knows that she's very focused on LGBT rights. She may herself be interested in more than just her the opposite gender, and she's not sure. And I just said, we have so many labels and we have so many identifiers to who I don't care, as long as you're not hurting somebody else with your actions. Just you do you, boo-boo. Just do it. But in this case, poor Moother has all of these past experiences where he was hurt, and this person did do these things. So then what do? Do you say, well, that was then and this is now? And this is something I struggle with, guys, because I do struggle with someone's actions being negative and being able to trust that they've changed to the better.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's just because maybe I'm just more skeptical than most. Like, you know, I don't know. And maybe it's just because I've been burned too many times. I don't know. But if you violated the don't be a dick rule, Wheaton's Law, to me, or someone that I've known and been close to, that's where it gets hard for me to know if I should let you get another chance or not.
Mm-hmm. And that's just you being cautious. You know, that's,
yeah.
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because at some point, you got to cut the other person off.
Yeah,
if they continue to do things, you know, against you.
This is the discussion about forgiveness that we've had in the past. It's still something that I struggle with. You know, I try to make sure that my standards aren't too high for people, which is also a struggle of my own. I mean, I know I'm making this about me, but I think that this is something that's relevant. Is that when I have difficulty forgiving people for something that they've done, it's like, okay, well, are my standards for this person's behavior too high? And what is the line? You know, what are the deal breakers? What are the no-goes? To say you haven't changed, or I don't believe you have changed, and this is something that I think is worth severing ties with. Or keeping you at a distance, or, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know. And I don't honestly know in this life if I am more extreme or not, or less extreme than others. I don't. But I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt until we hit that point, and then I don't quite know.
Yep.
So if this were me, I'll just go with this. If this were me, and this were one of my bullies, like, okay, actually, this kind of did happen. There was a guy who was terrible to me in school, and the day of my 10-year high school reunion or something like that, and we were like, you know, kind of going through the list of who would come, who was there and who wasn't, and they brought up this guy's name, and I was like, oh, is he here? And they said, no, didn't you hear? He got killed in a freak accident where someone in a neighboring house shot a gun, and it went through the other house's window and hit him, and he died. Like, it was this weird, freaky accident. And I was like, oh, well, that sucks. Like, I didn't know what to feel. Like, you feel bad.
It hits you out of nowhere.
And I thought about it, and I'm like, well, you know, my first reaction, and I'm glad that I have some human thought in my head, is like, oh my gosh, this poor family.
Yeah.
Like, how tragic is that? And then, you know, you kind of get to that whole thing of like, okay, you know, rest in peace. So, yeah, and I don't really know if he was there at the time, you know, like what would that, I don't know. Yeah. Moother is actually in our chat room tonight as well, and has identified himself and said that he was very mixed when he heard the news about the accident. I think that's okay. I think that's
a natural reaction,
valid response, because you kind of think about, you know, there is a small part of all of us who say, well, you know, sometimes karma has a way of catching up to you. But at the same time, you feel bad for someone who's gone through a terrible time, and you wish that they didn't have to deal that. You know, that whole thing about, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Well, what's that actually? You know?
Yeah. I mean, if it were me, and I was in your shoes, Moother, when I, you know, got to the, you know, I would, because like one thing is that scientifically you are not the same person that you were 10 years ago. Not a single cell in your body was there getting bullied. Now your mind and your soul, spirit, all that stuff, yeah, that's the same. But physically you are a completely different person. So I think that kind of speaks to them being a completely different person than they were back then. So, I mean, if it were me and I was there at the reunion and I chose to interact with him, or I was near him, like I said earlier, start fresh. You know, like, hey, John, you know, I'm Steve. You know, I haven't seen you since high school, man. You know, how are things? You know, and if he wants to talk about it, then he'll talk about it. It's like, man, I am, you know, it doesn't hurt to be nice. It doesn't.
No.
Because, you know, sometimes it shocks people into being nice back, because they think, oh wow, he started being nice, I guess I should, or, you know, it kind of raises the level up a bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I would do if I were you. you know. So I mean, it's easy to think when someone that has wronged you gets sort of their comeuppance. You're like, yeah, there you go. But now you're no better. You're
Yeah,
no
it
better than
doesn't.
they were.
You can say the scales have been balanced in that way.
In this case, they haven't,
No.
because you're not being bullied right now. He can never walk again, and it's kind of not balanced.
The only balance that's happened truly, though, is that he may be open to a dialogue about the situation to
Yeah.
say, and sometimes there is the need for closure. You being
Yeah.
told by people who apologize to you for their behavior, they did that to get closure, Marconin.
Yeah, they
Because
did, and it
that
helped me.
sat in their brain.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it could be something like, heck, you could even bring it up and say, you could be the strong one here, and in your conversations with him, say, hey, by the way, I don't know if you remember, but you were kind of hard on me back in the day. I remember you did a few. You're a pretty big bully to me, and I just want you to know that, it's been a long time, and I forgive you. For closure for your side, or he may even be thinking of it. I always try and think of the best situation, so maybe he will say it too. But even if you need to bring it up for your own self closure, and maybe he'll react positively to that and apologize and be sincere, because he's in a different class of people now. Whereas before, he was I guess, I'm stereotyping, but the jock, frat guy, popular, all that stuff, and now he's disabled, and he's in a different kind of class now, and it's a very humbling experience. I can imagine. So,
Yeah.
Start off positive and strong if you do see him, and don't relish in misfortune of others, even those that have wronged you.
Yeah, exactly. And take some time in your life to find out what other people feel, and think about from their perspective. It's what I try to do more often than not. If someone is acting out or kind of, we're not clicking as people, because it happens, where there's just people like, we're just not clicking right now, or I don't get you. And I really try to think about, why am I not clicking with this person? Well, most likely it's because of X, Y, or Z. Like,
Yeah.
their behavior is one thing, but where does that behavior come from? Right? So
Right.
do I not agree with it? Do I not do I not understand it? It's just those questions a lot of times help me to try to at least get to the point where I'm like, like beyond the, I don't like that person at all. Like, because I get that way.
That guy.
God, that guy really annoys me. Like, and that happens. And so it's interesting, when you start doing that, and you start, because I don't know, I'm a studier of people. Like, I'm not feeling well today. I'm sitting there, I'm just reading. I'm on Reddit, and I'm just reading about people's lives and the discussions they're having about topics and things like that. I do this all the time because I just want to know what people are like that are different than me.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Because you're learning. You're kind of walking a little bit in their shoes, just getting it from their perspective too.
Yeah. I mean, and things about motivation and why people get motivated and why people don't, and it's totally fascinating to me, mainly just because I'm a big nerd about people. So and personality types and things like, I read all that stuff. So
It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff most people don't think about.
Yeah, unless you're Jules Scott, and then you think about that stuff all the time. So, because that's how the brain works. So,
Yep.
we hope that we've given you some aid here, Moother, and that we've given you some perspective. He is here tonight. He said that he talked this over with his therapist, and we had very similar things to say with the therapist. So that's great to hear. I'm glad. Hopefully, it's
definitely.
feeling better for you. And we thank you so much for the question.
And if you if you do end up going to it, let us know how it goes. Because we'd love to hear the follow up on it and see how you handled it and how it went. So
Definitely.
just let us know.
And if you guys have your perspectives that you'd like to share about this question, you can send them to questions@taurenThinkTank.com. That's our email address. And you can tweet us at Tauren Think Tank, all those things. You can send them to us. Let us know what you guys think, and we often share the feedback with the writer if we can, or we will read them on the show if we can, and
Yeah. And even our Discord server has a discussion topic channel in it. So if you just want a quick blurb, you want to say it, just drop in onto our Discord and get that channel and say it.
Short link for Discord is tinyurl.com/tttchat2. Our community is pretty amazing, so you might want to come hang out with them because they rock.
They do.
All right, let's hit up the Think Tank question of the week, and that is here right now.
Tauren between options? Let Triple T help you sort it out.
And this question is about World of Warcraft, about gaming in general. So here we go. It is from our friend who is currently in the chat room. It's from Zafira. She says, so I need some advice. The toon that I identify as my main, a priest, has been with me since day one of Cataclysm. I have made a home on several different realms, including a low population PvP realm, and I finally found my home within a guild and raid team that was, sorry for the use of this word, but there's no other word that I can think of to put here, perfect. To this day, I am friends with a lot of them. Heck, some of them I consider them family. Not like the derpy cousin you don't want around, brothers and sisters. Sigh. Here comes the hard part. Now with the drop in numbers, real life situations, my raid leader is leaving the game for reasons unknown to the team other than life turned to crap for him and leaving the team in disarray. I feel a little lost in game and out. I may not understand why people left without warning, aka the raid leader I considered family and that we can talk about things, and he didn't. I'm not sure what to do now. I could move my toon, however that is money I currently cannot afford. To be honest, I'm lucky to even have game time at the moment and had the money to spend on the next X-Pack. I was also listening to a guildie on the Alliance side describe how he feels about the state of the game for him. He says that for as much as we can do in-game, he feels overwhelmed, bored with running old solo content like it's been a cat scratching a blackboard. I feel like he described it to a T. I know I miss raiding on the toon I love. It's wild how attached I am to her. Addicted even. With life's curveball, it's making the game weird. Work for me has been also hard. Things have changed with them, and I don't think that I'm doing as well as I would like to. However, I am very hard-headed and like to take everything as a challenge, even this thing with WoW. So what was recommended was to level a priest, get geared, then raid with the same name as the priest on my other realm and pay for WoW time and gold to curve the cost in all ways possible. I agree with that sentiment. I am just unsure whether to stay or go at the moment. Thinking that some time would be okay, how long is the real question. Any suggestions would be much taken into consideration. Thank you for your time and consideration. I also know things need to change. This was the first steps in that change. Sent with love, cupcakes, and glitter cannons from Zafira.
I like cupcakes.
I like cupcakes too. Okay, let's get the bull by the horns and shake him.
He doesn't like that.
He doesn't like that. And this is a very, very common question for a lot of WoW players is what do I do when my foundation has shifted?
Mm-hmm. Build another foundation.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's what happens.
Yeah. Yes. But
But
I think we have to look at this in a perspective of saying, you know, this is actually dealing with uncontrollable change. We've talked about this on the show before.
Yeah.
There's controllable change and uncontrollable change. Controllable change is when you make decisions to change things within your life that you have control over. And uncontrollable change is just that. It's someone else makes a decision that impacts you in some way, sometimes very significantly. So this is uncontrollable change.
Yeah, it's out of your hands. So, you know, so I'm just wondering. So there's like different ideas of where Zafira could go with this. You know, start a new priest, get her all the way leveled to 100, get gear, get raiding, and do all this stuff, or just take a break from the game. Is that what I'm reading right? Is just kind of because I mean it's the end of expansion blues. It comes every 2 years or so, and it's it's a time for change. Almost all of my guilds have broken up towards the end of an expansion because some people want to leave the game, some people want to try Horde or try Alliance or switch servers, or it's always a fluid time where nothing stays the same, and so it's just part of it.
Yeah. And the challenge with this is that for the longest time you were working as a unit with a unified goal.
Yeah.
And
you
now
had
you're...
it.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying you had it made. You had they weren't raiders, they were family, and you were really loving that. And I know you miss it because it's not here anymore. So, I mean, and that happens. I've had wonderful raid teams that and I still miss them because I miss the experiences. But it just happens. And
it does. It just happens. And this is uncontrollable change that you have to mourn the loss of, because people have made decisions about their own personal well-being that, and as is their right. I think that a lot of us wind up, especially those who lead guilds, lead raid teams, and I went through the same damn thing, is like, when you get to the point where you're getting burnt out, but then there's this sense of obligation that you should stay and you should just soldier on and tough it out for the sake of everybody else, but it winds up making you miserable to try to make them happy.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
Yeah. Just trying to hold the guild together and appease everybody, but even even the leadership, they run out of steam. Sometimes they want to leave game, just like it happened for, this raid leader.
Yeah, and so that I can guarantee that raid leader had a very, very difficult time making that decision, because that decision had effects on minimum 9 other people, probably more. So that's where you get to that point where you're just like, oh gosh, like what do I do? And I can tell you, I toughed it out for months. Just sticking through and resenting it, not wanting to log on to raid because I didn't want to do it, but I did it for the team because I was the leader, and it sucks. And so no matter what you do, it's gonna suck. It's either, you make a decision for yourself, you're gonna disappoint other people. So now we're looking at Zeph and we're saying, what do you do? How do you get through this? You've got to go through the mourning process of what was and accept what is now. You have to give yourself time to grieve it and say, this sucks and I'm sad and my whole foundation has been rocked. And I thought these people were such a connection to me. But have you ever worked at a place where you thought you had an amazing setup with people and they were really, really cool and, perfect situation, and then somebody decided to leave because they found another job, or they're going to move, or their spouse got a different job someplace, and they, and suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, like our perfect system is now broken, and we'll keep in touch. We'll stay in touch.
Yeah.
And then they move on to their other job and you never hear from them again until, because you shared one thing really strongly in common.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. And yes, there are going to be relationships that are going to bond, and you go past just the situation that you're in, just the raid team, just the guild. You are friends and connected. But that doesn't happen, and that for all people, and that's something you have to accept. You have to just accept that that's life, and that's how people work. And you may have thought that they were one thing, but really it was about the shared experience that was amazing for you.
Yeah. I mean, I just went through that because, I lost my job, and, my old managers, my supervisors, my other coworkers, yeah, I've added them on Instagram and Facebook and all this stuff, but I don't, we may never see each other again.
Right.
Even though we were really good friends at work, it's just one of those things that when the situations change, some people are only in your life for a short time. They come in, you have your friendship, relationship, and then things change and they move out.
Yeah. So
and
you
it's
have
like
to
that.
accept
It's like that a lot.
Yeah.
In WoW.
And it's like that in WoW, in life, in work. It just happens. Yeah. And so, that's step 1 in this process. And then step 2 is to really decide what it is that would make you happy. Knowing that you may find an amazing group of people that are still committed to the game and want to raid and want to keep going. but that there are more people possibly that are going to be just coming back when the expansion comes, when there's, maybe it's just time to just wait it out. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and I did a thing where I joined another server, and I actually have another alliance mage named Marconin. He's a night elf, and I leveled him all the way to 90, got him geared and everything because my friends were going to we were going to raid, and then as soon as I got there, man, getting that guy leveled in like a week and a half, it was crazy. I got up there and they filled the raid spot. And so
No
I'm like,
way.
I just wasted all that time and gold and effort
Yeah.
to get up there. It's like, well, shoot, And so it ended up not being worth it to me to do that, which I'd known on hindsight, but, and so it kind of depends on, what you want to do. 'Cause, we've still got what, 4 months left, just under 4 months. There's a lot of stuff you can do in 4 months, especially with how quickly you can level up.
Yeah.
So if raiding is still what you want to do right now, and there's a group of people or of a place that you want to level and get a group together and do it, I say go ahead and do it. If you still want to play the game. I mean, yeah, we've killed heroic Archimon, so when we're not going into mythics, so Count on Fire is not really raiding anymore in that way. We're doing old stuff. We're doing older content. And if you still find something in the game that you want to do, go ahead and do it. Because I mean, it is your $15 a month, or it is your WoW token a month. So if you still want to play, if you still feel like you're getting your money's worth, and you still are getting, because I know especially with this whole impending transition from my jobs, I'm not gonna lie, I use gaming as a crutch sometimes, as an escape. A lot of us do. I'm guilty of it because, in the game, sometimes you feel like you matter a whole lot more than you do out here in the real world. Because, I'm one of the best mages that the Kirin Tor has ever seen. I survived the fall of Theramore and its aftermath. I defeated the aspect of death himself.
Yeah.
In real life, I'm just me. I go to work. I come home. So
My car broke down,
My car died. Sitting out in the sun waiting for a tow truck.
Yep. I mean,
my dog died in my arms.
Yes.
These things happen. But in the game, they don't have it, so it's a nice escape. But if you're still enjoying it, and if you're still having fun, and you're not bored with leveling another priest, getting her up or him up, and getting the gear, if that's still what you want to do, then do it.
Yeah, and she says in the chat room, the priest moved with a friend's help and is now on 2 teams in CTR. So now,
hey, there you go.
She's got what she needed. And the kindness of friends is always a great thing if that is available to you. But I think that the message that comes from this email is more about understanding that change is going to happen. Uncontrollable change happens around you. And then you have to figure out how you're going to accept and adapt to those changes. Right.
Yeah.
And,
adapt or die.
I have those moments in my life where I look at a situation and say, this is amazing. This is so cool. It's like everything is in place. It's awesome. It feels really good, man. And then I remind myself, and maybe this is, I don't know, maybe this is just me, and maybe I'm just kind of a pessimist in certain ways, as I say, I know this isn't going to last forever. This isn't going to last forever. So I'm going to enjoy it now because I know it's not always going to be like this.
Savor these moments.
And I know it sounds like it's disaster thinking, but it really isn't. It's something I've learned over the years, especially when you do big projects. Like the BlizzCon party, for example. We worked on that for 6 months. And it was a lot of work and a lot of stress and a lot of just frustration over things that didn't go right. And the day of the party, I was exhausted. I was so tired. I got a massive coffee from Starbucks. And I
Yeah.
said, "This, remember that thing?"
I remember that.
And I'm like, "Here we go. We're doing this. We're doing this." And we got it, kicked it into high gear. Things were flying. People were having a great time. And I stood in the back of that room because it was a quiet moment. And, nobody had demanded my attention for about 2 minutes. Because they didn't need me for 2 minutes. And I looked around the room and I looked at all the people having fun and smiling and laughing. And I said, just savor this. Just savor this for just this moment because you did it. You got it done. And then just that moment, it's like, Jules, we need you. And I'm like, yep, okay, I got him done. It's like, but I make a point in my life to stop and take a snapshot of certain things in my life to remember it. And I remember it so vividly. I remember who was where. I remember seeing Marconin. You were in the far corner of the left-hand side at that time. And you were talking to, I think you were talking to Ben and Nevermore. If they were there.
I remember that part.
And I remember seeing you there. And, it's like, I just see it. I can see it in my brain. And so I encourage people to try to do this when the stuff that you do in your life that isn't significant, and just make sure that you remember it. Because if you have those perfect moments where you have an amazing raid team and you love every moment that you spend with them, take a mental snapshot so that when things do change eventually, you can say, yeah, those times are really good. But I remember how great it was, and that's a really great time. So,
yeah, I mean, stop and smell the flowers is real, folks.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's what I do when I hang out with my oldest cat. Is I'll just kind of sit down on the kitchen floor and like scoot her across because she likes to lay down on the floor. Just play with her, just take those times, build those memories, and just enjoy it, and not just think about every week. Oh man, we got to get Zool down. This whole purple green thing is crap, man, and we're just having a tough time. And you're just in there in the moment, and you're focused on the fights and the mechanics, and who's doing this and who's pulled that, and why didn't you keep aggro, and where's my heals, and why'd I fall off the platform, and for crying out loud, dispel this.
Yep. Who forgot their dispel?
Yeah. I didn't eat the feast. Could someone put a feast down? All the little things. It's good, and I've done this several times, just like Jules has at the party, is just kind of take a step back and just enjoy it and really focus in, because that's how you build memories, as you pay attention. Yeah. That's how you get the memories ingrained in your brain for later recall. Yeah. Is they have to affect you and slow your brain down and really take it in. And so, when the times are good, don't forget to stop and smell the flowers, or stop and see the raid, and take screenshots so you see people's names, in the raid frames and all that. Yeah. Because that's what I like. I like going back to seeing when I was raiding in Naxxramas and seeing everybody's name. I was like, oh man, I totally forgot about her and him. Oh, I remember the time now that this and that happened. Mm-hmm. So it's always having like a
completely different conversation right now, which is really funny. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I'm not paying attention to you guys anymore. So obviously Zeph has taken the matter into her own hands and focused on her own happiness. But hopefully this letter has helped for someone who maybe is going through something similar. That's why we do this. So if you have any feedback or things that you'd like to share about this letter, you can do so at questions@taurenThinkTank.com. Marconin so wisely reminded me that you can have the discussion in our Discord server, which is tinyurl.com/TTTchat2. You can get in there and see it. Twitter @TaurenThinkTank, Facebook.com/TaurenThinkTank.
Yeah, the Discord servers, our Discord servers, like our chat room, all day, every day.
It is.
So you get to see the weird, cool people in our chat room. All of the amazing Moo crew that are here on Sunday nights with us. They're pretty much all of them are there all week long, and it's good to keep in touch with everybody. So join us, tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
Yes. All right, let's go loosen up this discussion and have some fun with some Tell Us One Thing.
We read your submissions because reading your mind would just be creepy.
We start out with our friend Gossie, who says, do you find you love sleep more the older you get? When I was younger, I would happily sacrifice sleep Now, if I try that, my body just claims it later, and I find myself looking forward to bedtime.
Oh man. Yeah. I think so. I think you do love sleep more the older you get. I am a night owl by default. I love staying up late.
Yeah.
I would rather stay up late than get up earlier, but my job does not afford me that luxury. So now I still fight it. I go to bed at like 11 and get up at 5 or 4 and then like this morning got up at 4.
4.
So I still fight it to try to stay up and enjoy it, but sometimes it's situations, like mine, where you have to get up early and you cannot function on 5 hours of sleep 5 days a week, which is what I keep telling myself, yet I still do it. So I do look forward to bedtime because I get to, I unwind by listening to a little bit of podcasts or music or something and really relax. And every once in a while, I'll actually instead of just falling straight asleep, I'll just think for a minute and just like consciously relax. Like I'm going to relax my left leg now my right arm.
Yeah.
Because I there was a time for a bit when I think it was as I was transitioning from working overnights for so long into days, where I would listen to, like, I'd put up like YouTube like calming sleep aid music and stuff, and then there's like some guy or gal like imagine yourself on a peaceful meadow and just and the sounds of the wind rustling through the trees and grass. And it was all this stuff, and it was telling you to like picture yourself relaxing, and so it was nice. And so I love sleep. I just getting to it's kind of the thing where like I don't want to do it. Okay, I love it when I get there.
Yeah.
It's like a love-hate relationship with the bed. So that's kind of how I feel. It's like I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm in bed. So that's like a long answer. So what about you, Jules? Do you love sleep?
Yes, because I know I need it. I know I need a good, on average 7 hours of sleep to be able to really function normally. And if it's less than that, it sucks. It sucks because I get grouchy and I get unfocused, and all I want to do is take a nap.
Yeah.
And I love a good nap where you can just go and sleep and it's just like sleep. But here's my major problem. Like, I try to keep on a regular schedule and I try to go to sleep at a decent hour because I know I've got to get up in the morning because I got to go to work and all that stuff. But what happens is that my brain is like a tornado. And I have, especially when I'm stressed. And 2016 has been the year of stress for Jules. So I wake up sometime between 2 and 3 in the morning and I cannot sleep. And it sucks. And I'm so angry because I can't sleep because I'm tired. But my brain is like, near, and I can't stop it. And I'm like, and I will actually just say to my brain, I will literally in my head say, shut up. And I can't get it to shut up.
Quiet.
So frustrating. Oh my gosh. So this week I was having the worst time sleeping because I kept waking up in the middle of the night and I couldn't sleep, and then I'd fall asleep for a couple hours and I'd get up, and so on Friday they let me go from work an hour early because it was gorgeous. It was like 80 degrees and they were like, go home, and so what did I do? I came home, I had dinner, and I took a nap.
Oh, yeah.
And it was glorious because not only did I just clear my head because I was like, it's Friday. I don't have to stress about stuff for a couple days. I'm good. And my brain just went chook, and it shut off, and I went to sleep, and I was like, I woke up and I was like, oh, it was just like the birds were singing, and I was like, I could stay up for drinking and swearing, and I could, yay! And so, I don't know, like, I wish I could just give my brain an off switch because it would be amazing. I could actually sleep and then I would get so much more done because I wouldn't be so damn tired all the time.
Yeah, I'm really feeling the unfocused stuff because I've been at my new position for 2 weeks now. I can't remember 98% of what I've done the last 2 weeks.
I know.
At all.
I know.
And it doesn't help that I got to work at 6 this morning. I blinked and it was 1 o'clock, and I was like, whoa, I better take my lunch.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hungry. I was
at
like, I've
least,
only been
though,
at work 4
it went
hours.
fast because when you're tired and work is slow, that is the worst.
Yeah, I just put myself in a different frame of mind, put on a podcast, and it just like went on through with the tasks.
Yeah.
I actually took a nap today too after I got home from work. About an hour. It was nice.
I'll
Wish
tell
it was
you
longer.
what, that those moments where you have a an amazing nap is just like,
Yes.
oh, I love it. It's like when it's rare and it's quiet. Usually what happens is I get a cat or two or both of them curled up with me. It's just glorious.
Oh yeah. Pixie cuddled up with me for my nap today. It was fantastic.
Amazing. So yes, I love sleep. I don't get enough of it, and so I
Yeah.
have to try to squeeze it in where I can. Go ahead and read the next one.
Next one's from the creepy one. Would you continue to play your current main tune if your idea of class fantasy clashes with Blizzard's? I can understand this. I can understand where this could be coming from because of Shadow Priests.
Oh yeah.
Now they are like fanatics. They are like heretics as far as the light is concerned. They pull their energy from the void, which if you haven't read the Warcraft Chronicle, the light and the void are diametrically opposed completely. It's like the ultimate good and evil, light and darkness. And so I can understand why Shadow Priests, and I've seen, I don't know if it was even in our chat room a long time ago, people are commenting about they don't like the way Shadow Priests' lore have changed. So what do you think, Jules? Would you be okay? Would you continue to play a Resto Druid if all of a sudden you pulled your energy from the Emerald Nightmare or something like that?
I guess I would give it a try. Okay, so let me give you this part of it. When I was playing City of Heroes, which was my first MMO, the one I ever played, they actually had they did an expansion which was City of Villains. So,
I remember that.
Yeah, so that you could be able to be your character, but you had to create a new one, but you could RP as your character, but being the dark side of it, And
yeah.
I couldn't do it. Like I had my dark. Oh, you know what it was? My character's name was Painted Phoenix. That was that was her name. That was her superhero name. Her dark side was Tainted Phoenix.
Hey.
And so I had her as Tainted Phoenix, and I'm like, oh, so cool. I'm a badass. I'm like, la la la. And I wound up laughing because I just couldn't play her because it was wrong. Yeah. So I think that if Julana was pulling out from the pulling her energy from the Emerald Nightmare, whoops, and pulling her energy from the Emerald Nightmare and not the Emerald Dream, I think it would be a pretty. It depends on what it would do to the Druid class, I guess.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I guess that's what it would be. I guess I would have to see it. Like, I don't play a priest, but if I were a Healy priest, it wouldn't matter to me unless I was playing Shadow, right?
Yeah, yeah, because I mean the disc and Holy, they're still the same. It's just that the Shadow priest's lore was kind of, it wasn't like solidly put to paper, as it were. But now that they're redoing everything and making it, you get like Insanity or something like that, where you're just, instead of communing with the light, you're communing with the void. And so the dark forces are bleeding into your reality and your mind, corrupting you. Yeah. And that's just, I don't know.
I would
it
say
could be cool.
No to this question. I don't think it would affect me.
Yeah, well, because, in some ways, it would I mean, for me, as far as I love playing a mage because I love the style, and I can see where people could kind of be different because you're either kind of WoW or not WoW, but lore centric or lore emphasized. You love the lore and the way it communes with your character. Like I love that part, but you could also be the person that says, I play a paladin because I like to play a paladin. I like tanking as a paladin. The mechanics are cool. Yeah. I don't really care about the story. It's whatever. I just play paladin. So, I mean, you could be of two minds about this or be in the middle, kind of how I am, because I'm a very proud gnome mage. I really am. I love being a mage. I love, considering myself as a mage in the game. Even when I'm on my alts, I'll switch back to the mage for something. It's always funny because whenever I'm on other tunes is when I see people asking for portals to other cities and charging and offering, like, I got paid 500 gold once to portal somebody to the shrine. And I was like, done. I switched.
Thanks for the gold, man.
I was like on a hunter, and I was like, oh, I'll be right there. And I switched. I was like, I'll take it. Okay. So yeah, I'll switch over that. But it was like, want to buy Portal 5 Gold. I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm working on my Garrison missions. But for me, it would affect me. I don't know. I may shelve him for a while, which is really saying something because I don't really want to give up being a mage. But I do have all these other classes that I do love to play. I love tanking on Paladin. I love to play, goodness, monk if I could ever get good at it. So that's just kind of like that. So I mean, I would still kind of have to kind of wing it and see how they change it. Like I don't know how you're going to change mages because it's arcane energy. I mean, and if we just started working with fel magic, we'd be those pesky, dirty warlocks, and nobody wants that. I say, is there a bunch of warlocks in the chat room?
The warlocks are going to rebel on you and
who I am
show.
very, very good friends with several warlocks.
Gonna quit the show on you.
I do love you guys.
From Unexpectedly /Sparrow, if you could have a custom skin made for your favorite HOTS characters, what would it be?
Oh, goodness. Do you have any ideas? I'm still thinking of one.
So my favorite ones, Li Ming and Rhaegar are my two favorite characters right now. And Lily. They just made the Shadowpaw Lily, which is amazing. That skin, I had to buy it. Oh my god, it's so cool. So yeah, I had to buy that skin. Li Ming, I think Li Ming would look amazing in like a drag queen pageant dress.
Yeah.
Just give her
just
like
all done up,
big hair coming out of the big crown thing, and she's still got her little, and then she's got like the ball of energy and stuff like that. I love Li Ming, like totally love her right now. So so that would be for her. And then Rhaegar is tough because he's orc and wolf. So I was struggling with that one, so I'm kind of stuck. Basically, Li Ming is RuPaul, says 2020. Like, she could be, because RuPaul is goddess. She's amazing. I love her. Okay, that is my guilty pleasure, is RuPaul's Drag Race. I love that show so much. This is like, I love it so. I just love it. I watch every season of it. It's amazing. So yeah, that okay. So I've given my Li Ming one. What about you? Anybody?
Well, I'm kind of looking at the hero because, man, I have not played heroes in a while, and I need to play more because I know I can't hang with you gals on the ladies' nights. I suck compared to y'all. But
we play every week, so you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Muradin is one of my favorite characters, just because I liked the tankiness of him and everything. So I would do a Muradin skin. Trying to think what I would do. I would want him to have some kind of like Titan forged version of him that hasn't been affected by the curse of flesh. So just total, just Ulduar Stone Watcher looking, just boom.
That'd be cool.
Another one is I would do Tyrael, but I would have Tyrael done up. Wouldn't really quite work, but he has the wings. So I was thinking, no, actually, one that might work is Kerrigan. Now that I look at her, but like a Mercy skin on Kerrigan.
I was just thinking that's where you were going.
Yeah,
Mercy Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mercy Kerrigan. How about that?
That is amazing. I like that.
And of course, Jaina is one of my favorites, Frost Mage. By the way, I love that they're putting Chromie in. Even though she's a dragon, she's still a gnome.
There's a first gnome in HOTS.
First gnome in HOTS.
No, it's amazing.
Yes.
She looks really cool.
But yeah, I would do Jaina, but I would want to do, gosh, I don't even know what kind of, I'm trying to think outside of the box, like other things.
Her Lunar Festival skin is gorgeous.
Oh, it is. I need to buy that.
Gorgeous skin.
I really need to buy that. One thing that would be kind of cool, because they're rebooting the Power Rangers movie. They're doing that next year, and they just released a picture of the new armor, and it kind of looks like Iron Man mixed with Power Rangers. So I was thinking, what if you get like Tychus and Raynor, and to get like these really bright colored armor that looks Power Rangery.
You could put Tracer in that armor too.
You could. Oh yeah, you totally could.
Make her the Pink Ranger.
Yeah, Pink Ranger Tracer. Let's do it.
That's
I like
awesome.
it. I like that.
That's awesome. Those are
Uh,
fun.
Oh yeah, I love it when they come out with these cool designs, and you can see where the inspiration was taken from. It's so cool, so cool. Let's see. Next is from 2020 site. What is your main WoW Tunes hidden talent? And also, what is your own hidden talent?
I'm so stuck on this for my own because I'm like,
You know,
what have I not said that I can do? Okay, so my WoW tune. So Julana, my night elf druid, her hidden talent would be she would knit things for people to wear, like gloves and stuff, like fingerless gloves, because you're going into these places where you've got to cast things but your hands get cold, so she would knit things. I don't know, it's just totally random.
now I'm just picturing a druid with like leather fingerless gloves, like
Right?
kind of like biker stuff.
Be amazing. I'd love it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
So what would be Marconan's?
He is a master at hand puppetry. He can do hand puppets. I don't know. It's just something that just came to my head.
It's awesome. It's total improv, and I love it. This is kind of hand puppets. Soul Mio says my hidden talent is I can keep a secret. And yeah, and 20 said I mean that's known about me. I do that. So, let's see. Well, you guys know that I sing because I've done that on the show. Gosh, I don't know. I can't think. Okay, this is dumb, but I know how to make the perfect grilled cheese sandwich. Like the perfect level of toasting on the grilled cheese so that it's perfect. Nifadora says Jules sings. We've sung on the show. We've done 2 duets together.
We have
Christmas
gotta go back
episodes.
you got to go in the archives for
Our
that
2
one.
Christmas episodes that we've done. Yeah, so my is like I can get it so that the grilled cheese is perfectly toasted on both sides and the cheese is melted, and so that's what I'd say that's a secret talent because nobody is eating my grilled cheese.
I have a request for when I visit sometime.
I'll make you grilled cheese.
I will eat a grilled cheese sandwich.
I mean, and I make it with like the Kraft singles, but
Yeah.
but it's
Hey.
so good.
That's awesome.
I love grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh man, what is my own hidden talent? I don't really know because I mean the main thing is the voices, but you guys know that.
Yeah, I mean that's something you've done.
Trying to think.
There's one like there, and this is like totally random. So there was this game that I used to play, and it's hard. I guess it's like a slide puzzle, where it's on a flat surface with different color cubes, and you have to match the pattern to like another pattern. It's like a slide puzzle, like a cube, like small cubes within a big cube. And I was super good at that. Like I was super good at being able to visualize like a Rubik's cube, like a demo or model and say I match that and how to slide the puzzle to do that. I was really good at those.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've tried to do those, but they just frustrate me. And so
I
I'm
know.
like,
I'm like way out of practice. I don't know if you put one in front of me, I'd probably go blur. But as a
which
kid,
way
I was
does
really
this
good.
even? Is it upside down? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Goodness, I can't really think of anything. I mean, I'm not very good at. I used to draw, but I don't really draw that much anymore.
Okay.
Mostly I stick to Photoshop, which I'm getting better at.
You're
I'm
good
learning.
at Photoshop, though.
So
You've done some cool stuff with that.
Mm-hmm.
Mark,
No,
well, and I don't know if everybody knows that you've made Hearthstone cards for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was it 2 years ago
2
at
years
BlizzCon?
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
customized Hearthstone cards for certain people with their pictures, their character pictures, and certain traits that for them. It was really really cute.
Mm-hmm. I made one for Jules that had her 3 cats on it.
It made me so happy.
I
have to find a good place to display them. I need to like put them in a frame or something and put them on my wall once I find a place that's permanent. So
yeah, find a wall to put it on. Yeah,
right.
So I guess that's it. I mean, I can't really think of anything. I don't know if my mom's still in the chat room. She could think of something. She might know something.
And our last question comes from Zafira. She said, if your tunes were to go to a Starbucks, what drink would they order?
See, I'm looking at Starbucks. I don't go to Starbucks all that often because I'm
Yeah.
not a big coffee drinker.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm trying to look at their.
Julana would drink a green tea. I know she would do that because she's all druidy and stuff.
That's true. That's true. Trying to think. I mean, Marcona would probably be a lot like me, and I don't like the taste of coffee just by itself. So it would probably be like the caramel mocha frappuccino something or other. I don't know. If it has like caramel in it, I like it.
Just make it really, really sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
So
needs
I
to
mean,
be
it would
frozen.
yeah, especially for a frost mage, it would have to be an iced coffee or frozen drink. Be blended, not just iced coffee. So it'd be
Blended.
probably be that because I mean, it takes a lot. You burn a lot of calories casting spells because you're pulling from the ley lines and absorbing arcane energy, and it takes a lot of energy. So you need to refill on sugar and carbs and all this other stuff.
Nice.
And lots of fat from the fatty fat drinks.
Fatty fat drink.
Uh,
Well, that is tell us one thing
Well,
for the week.
we didn't have one.
That last
past
one
that?
is saved.
Okay.
That last one's saved because
We can save it then.
Yep, saving it.
Okay.
So that is our tell us one thing for the week, and we will be back next week with another bunch of questions. If you guys want to send them in to us, it's questions@taurenThinkTank.com, on our Twitter on Thursdays, which are tell us one thing Thursdays if you follow that stuff, and that's at Tauren Think Tank. Also, you can go on our Discord server. We have a channel specifically for that, and that's tinyurl.com/TTT chat2 for the quick link to get to the Discord. Alrighty, it's time to get into the feedback.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now bring you... Whoa, that's a lot of feedback.
We have a letter that was sent to us by Torrance the Cowboy, and he says, Dear Triple T, I just wanted to give you guys a huge slash move for episode 184 with Oddish. I'm a straight male who at one point dated a transgender female. She came out and told me close to the beginning of our relationship, and knowing this, I still dated her. I'm still very good friends with her, even though we broke up when she moved out of the state. I've become a huge advocate for LGBTQ rights due to this and my sister coming out to me as being a lesbian. I thought she did a great job with the subject of transgender people. I live in one of the worst states in the country for LGBTQ rights, and hearing stories like Oddish's just bring such joy to my heart. I love the podcast, even though I just started listening to it within the last 2 months. From Torrance the Cowboy.
Well, thank you for the feedback, Torrance. That's awesome.
You. I forwarded this to Oddish too, and she said, "Thank you so much for the kind words." I've been keeping in touch with her. She's amazing. She's such a cool person. I think that was that's an episode that I have to say I'm very proud of. Very proud of us
Same
having
here.
that and having the opportunity to talk about that. And I think, one of the things actually, and there's another topic out there brewing. I've gotten a couple of letters in the past and currently from people who want to talk about non-monogamous relationships, like polyamory and that kind of thing. And we've talked about it a while ago, but I think it might be a good thing for the future. So I'm kind of looking into that and seeing what I can do. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Very
So,
cool.
I like when we can talk about things that are not, that are just not the norm, or the things that we see every day, or the people that we know. And, and Oddish is a special person. So, if you get a chance, check her out on her stream. Oddish plays games on Twitch because she's amazing and I love her. And, time. And you guys can throw them in the chat room if you'd like to. /moo. Got a few minutes to get them in.
Yep. I'll talk slowly.
You'll talk. That's okay. There's just a small delay.
First /moo comes to us from Broken Bones. A /moo to my stepdaughter, who just had her 4th child, and she named him after me. I actually cried at that.
Oh,
That's awesome, man.
That is
Awesome.
amazing. I love that.
It's so cool.
From Nymphadora /moo to my little bro for being in the military and being a great brother and for making me an aunt. Can't wait till baby is born.
Congratulations. That is awesome. From Solamio, a slash moo to Blizzard. Oh, is it? Oh, sorry. It's
Is,
not. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
it is Blizzard. Okay. A slash moo to Blizzard for making the long wait until the next WoW X pack bearable with Heroes of the Storm and now Overwatch.
I'm kind of hooked on Overwatch, guys. It's kind of
Enjoying the
sickness.
exhibit?
I love Winston. It's so fun.
I need to play him more.
He's fun. From Razor70 slash Mudu at Turarts at Belschnickel CTR and at Nate CTR for always making my week fun on the converted CTR.
That's awesome. A good show.
Yes.
From Sean, a.k.a. Noruzap EU, a slash moo to the whole chat room for being awesome and helping me out with some difficult decisions.
And from Severa slash Mudu Cuddles at the Game Case for having me on the show and the community that was in support of his 27-hour stream.
That's a long time stream, bro.
It's a very long time stream. That was amazing that he did that. And he
yeah.
raised a ton of money for a great cause. So congratulations, Cuddles. We love you.
That's awesome, dude. I'd like to do that someday. That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
I can't stay
Be
up
very
that
cool.
long. I would be dead.
Well, you got to think 24 hours in a day. That's what, like 5-hour energies plus the six of them. 6 5-hour energies spaced equally apart.
Yeah, I don't stay
You got
up well.
this.
I don't stay up well. We could do this like if we were, like if someone gave $1 million Triple T, I'd do it. But they're not going to do it. So
They only give it 900,000. I'd take a nap.
I'd do it. I'd take it now. Only doing 23 hours and not 24.
Uh-huh.
From 2020 site in the chat room, a big slash moo and happy Mother's Day to all the Moo Crew mamas.
Yes.
I will add to that and say my normal statement for Mother's Day, slash moo to all of the mothers of kids, fur kids, stepkids, and grandkids.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because I'm a
And
fur
there's
kid
also-
mom.
And in a month, I'll be a fur kid dad
Yes.
next month. We've also got from Teja70 in the chat room, a big slash moo. Oh, did you read that one? No,
I read
you
2020
read the
sites.
20s.
Yeah.
Here's a similar. A big slash moo to all the moothers out there today.
Moothers.
Happy Moother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, because we're so bad. We do this like Happy Moo Year and Happy Mother's Day.
We have to.
I
We're
know.
having fun with it.
Such punny people. We're so
Uh-huh.
punny.
It's so punny, Jules. So punny.
Ew.
Yeah. Was about to do it. You beat me to it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're so childlike and it's so funny.
Uh.
It's the end of the show and we're getting punchy and that's what happens, which is the end of the show, guys, and we love you so much. You can find our show on iTunes and Stitcher Radio, on our website at torrenthinktank.com, and all the great places on the social medias that you find us as well to talk to us. And we love you guys very, very much. Marconin, what's shaking for you this week?
Oh goodness, what is shaking this week? Mostly just more of the same. Work in the morning, super early, going through. We didn't talk about it, but neither of us have seen Captain America: Civil War yet.
No, and I'm going to see it next week when I go to Pat's.
And I will hopefully see it on Tuesday because tomorrow night, Cat on Fire is doing more old raids. I am one achievement away from getting the Pandaria Raider mount and the Thundering Raider mount. They're the rough ones, though, the ones that take a lot of chance and attempts.
Yeah.
So we've been bowling through and getting people mounts and achievements. It's going really well, so that's awesome. So mini slash moother to the other cats out there. So I don't know. I've been thinking about streaming some Overwatch before the beta goes out. Also some more Hearthstone because I had fun last week since Jules couldn't make it. Instead, I stayed around for a couple hours and played Hearthstone and just talked to people.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. Played some more of the Mage Cthulhu deck. Or no, Mage Yogg Saron deck, which was really cool and really awful because he killed me a couple of times.
Oh.
It's completely unpredictable.
Yeah, because he can just destroy you if you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I know. I was playing my.
Stupid old gods
I have a
being mean.
version of the Cthulhu deck that I made, another different one, and I've been playing that, and moderate success. But at some point, I'm probably gonna. I know John Hortzman from the Well Met podcast wants to do another round of talking through stuff with me. So if we do, we'll stream that because
Awesome.
he's a good trainer. He's a good guy to teach me. And
I could use some training on that too.
yeah, and I've had some other people offer to train me as well and give me some teachings. And so if I did, I might stream that. We'll see. See if that works. But otherwise, yeah. So anything else going on?
Not, goodness, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
It's I'm trying to look at the thing. What bills do I have to pay this week?
Right,
Oh, okay,
I
yeah,
know.
that one goes there. There's one that goes there. Can't forget that one. Not really. It doesn't, unless I'm forgetting. Unless you know something that I can't think of.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I was on an episode last week of Sleeping with the Elephant, which is a show that Ryan Murphy and Paul Swickard do. It is Canada versus the U.S., and it was just me and Ryan. So I was the U.S. contingent, Ryan's the Canadian contingent, and we talked about politics and things of that nature. You can check that out. It was a fun show. I really like Ryan. He's a wonderful guy, and so we did that show. And I don't have any podcasts. I've hopefully Case in the Mondays will be coming back soon. We have trouble right now recording it because Pat's studio is being constructed during the day when we would normally do that. So there's construction noise all over the place. So hopefully we're going to try and do a show tomorrow. We'll see how that flies and go from there. Otherwise, I will be heading up to Minneapolis next weekend to look at apartments. So we will have a show Sunday, all things hopefully considered. I'm either coming home or I'll do it from Minneapolis and from the podcast. What is he calling it now? The
Power station?
Is it the power station?
Or is it something new now?
So
it might be something new once he gets it all constructed.
Right? It'll
built.
be like we call it the Barbie Dreamhouse studio right now. So it might just be from the Barbie Dreamhouse studio.
Perfect. I love it.
So yeah. So we're heading to Minneapolis for the weekend. So gonna drive up there. Anyway, that's a show.
What about Ladies' Night?
Oh,
Ladies' Night again this week?
Yes, Tuesday.
Okay.
We are our Hots Ladies Night, and we will be doing that Tuesday nights. It's me with Jocelyn Moffat on her stream, twitch.tv/JossPlays, and our Ladies Night team is me, Joss, Nevermore, Jen, and Barber. So we are very crude and very funny, and we have a blast. So check us out.
It's a fun time.
Oh my God. We're so inappropriate sometimes. So we actually did a special one on last night, Saturday night, and that's when I started getting sick. So I had to bow out early because I was feeling like death, and I had no voice. I will not have a voice after this. I can feel my throat starting to get scratchy again. So we're going to get out of here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and close this out.
Let's do this. And by saying goodnight to you and bring the show to a close right now. Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Signals Media All-Star Network. Find out more about the other great shows in the network by going to signalsmedia.com.
Portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and freesound.org. You can also find us outside of the show on our website, taurenthinktank.com, which has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us, too.
Thank you to all who support our show via Patreon. If you would like to help out Triple T, you can do so at patreon.com/TaurenThinkTank. Want to meet other members of the Triple T community? Join our Discord server. You can do so at tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
Yes, you can. You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TaurenThinkTank. You can find us on Twitter for the show at TaurenThinkTank. You can find Jules at JulesRPG and myself, Mark Conan, at MarkConanWow.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight, hanging out every Sunday night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time. You can find the video stream at twitch.tv/TaurenThinkTank and our mobile audio stream, which is going right now through Alpha Geek Radio at tunein.alphageekradio.com. We love seeing you here with us every time you can make it. It's awesome.
Absolutely, we do.
Mark Conan.
Yep. Real quick, one thing. My mom's in the chat room, so happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you very much. I talked to you a few hours on the phone, but I just want to say it on the air.
Love you. Love you to my mom, if she's still listening. They might have gone to bed already. Love you, Mark Conan's mom, and all the moms out there. Thank you guys for being with us tonight.
Love you, Mama Jules.
We'll see you guys next week. For myself, for Mark Conan, for the entire chat room. Until next time. /moo, everybody.
/moo.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
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 Tasia, I don't think that anybody figured out if Li Ming or Lily were cousins. That was weird. Jen was out. She was drunk already. That was a weird moment in time.
I guess I missed out.
Jen's like, do you think that Li Ming and Lily are related? And we're like, they're not even the same species.
What?
Oh my gosh. Okay, can I go to sleep now?
I'll be going to sleep soon.
Oh.
Yeah, the wife is sick too, and she told me that I can go sleep in the spare bedroom because she didn't want to get me sick, which is good because I don't want to be sick.
No.
The plus side of that is that the girls can hang out in the room with me.
Sleep with you.
Cause like that's why when I took the nap, Pixie was like she was on my chest because I was like laying on my side. She was right on my shoulder, just sleeping, just right on top of me. So cute.
Echo, will I be able to handle Pat all the time? I do already.
Yeah.
I work with him all the time now. But my problem is that, and this is actually what I'm looking most forward to, is that I work 12-hour days most days because I go to my job and I work, 8+ hours at my job. And then I come home and I take a couple, maybe an hour or two break, and then I work. And I work on all the stuff that we do with the parties and the podcast and the ideas and the stuff that we've been thinking about doing but don't have any time. And I'm actually going to have time because I can do it during the day. And I can actually, I'm so excited to be able to focus 100% on the stuff that we have some really like smashing ideas and we haven't been able to do anything about them because it's just don't have the time. So, and I'll be paid to do them, which is amazing. So,
that's the best thing.
I know.
Getting paid doing what you love.
Right? It's the dream. It's the dream job. And I'm actually going to have it. And I couldn't be happier. I'm totally Twilight Sparkle. Apparently, Jen's husband, Swax, had given us each the My Little Pony characters. And I'm now Twilight Sparkle, apparently. I don't know My Little Pony at all, so I was like, I'll take your word for it. Okay. Whoever they are. Am I going English on you? No. It's just like using fun words sometimes.
Well, that's like the Smash Bash, that second year of BlizzCon.
The Smash Bash. Yeah.
Smash Bash. It's smashing good time.
We called it the Smash Bash for the second time. So.
Mm-hmm.
I should watch it. I know. I don't know. I just never had interest in watching it. I think I watched.
Yeah.
Okay, I watched a documentary once on what bronies were.
I did too.
I watched that on
about
Netflix,
as far
right?
as I went.
Yeah. I watched that, and it was fascinating to me.
Well, and I actually I stopped by a brony convention 2 years ago in Dallas because Bimini was there. It's actually I think that's the first time I met her. Was it the first time? No. Yes? Bim's going to kill me if I didn't know that. I can't remember. It was the first time I met her husband because her husband was there.
Yeah.
And she was accompanying him to the convention, and I was already working there nearby in Dallas,
Right.
so I went and saw her. So that was really cool. I think that was the first time I met her.
Did my Paladin Kitty. So, did you see that picture of Spike that I posted today?
No, I
see it?
didn't.
It's on my Twitter. Hang on a second.
All right.
I'll post it.
I will look it up in here.
So I'm trying to take a nap. I was sleeping for a while, and he comes and he puts his paws on my face, and and I'm like, dude, seriously? And he just sat there. And he's purring like it's insanely purring. And here, I'll get this picture.
Oh, they're so cute.
And then of course the MacGyver put a little wizard hat on him because I said, "Is he lay on hands?" Because he was laying I'm trying to sleep, dude. It's just purr. You can see Garrus curled up behind him too.
I do, yeah. I see a little bit of him. I love that picture of Garrus on the cat tree. Those little feet.
Little jelly bean toes.
Yep.
He's got multicolored jelly bean toes. He's got pink ones and black ones.
Yeah. Little beans.
Oh, and so this whole time he's been laying on the bed, and he's laying on his side, and his little paws are up like this by his chin. It's so cute.
Oh,
He's so cute. Such a little cutie pie. I love that kitty. I was getting ready for the show earlier, and I was just going through, making sure I had nothing left on Discord to add. He jumps up on the desk. I just put my makeup on, and he's just like, rub my face and my nose. And I'm like, dude, no makeup. No. Oh, it's so funny.
Lay on pause.
So cute. Oh, yeah. So we need show titles. Show titles.
Titles. Nymphadora put a... she bought the Duratan Funko Pop from the Warcraft movie today. And
nice.
she linked her Instagram. And there's a picture of me with a weird face on the screen because she was watching the show.
Oh.
I'm just like, like mid-word.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Come all together. Bunch of nerds wanting to get together. Happy Moother's Day is a good one. That's possible.
Yeah.
Because it is Mother's Day. Da, da, da. Is that picture?
Which one?
Oh, yeah. Your face is like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. No, it's not going to be it's show titled Lay on Pause. Just a bunch of nerds that want to get together is a long show title, though.
It's a little
I can't
long.
do that long because it'll cut me off. I can call it nerds, just nerds getting together.
Yeah.
I could do that. I'll put that one down as a possibility. Let's see what else you guys come up with. All ye nerds. Ooh, this throat is hurting, man.
You gonna drink some tea or something to soothe the throat?
I don't have any tea.
Cough drops or anything?
Yeah, I'm probably just going to drink some more water. Lots of water.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of nerds. We are just a bunch of nerds. Be proud.
Nerd!
Nerd! Revenge of the Nerds. I loved that movie as a kid.
I've never seen the first one. I
Really?
only saw the third one, which was weird.
Oh, that's a terrible one.
I know it's an awful one, but
Oh, it's awful.
I was having a chance to see the original.
The second one is very questionable too.
Oh yeah. I saw that I was looking on Netflix the other day just to look around, and it gave me a suggestion that I need to watch Ninja Turtles 3. I was like, I'm okay. Even when I was like 9 or 10, I was like, this movie is crap. I don't want to see that.
I know. Can I make a poll with Nightbot? Can I do that?
I don't know.
I don't think I can.
We could do Happy Moother's Day, and then underneath a bunch of
could.
nerds. Just bunch of nerds.
Okay, that could be Happy Mother's Day, if that's what you guys want. I know whiskey and honey. I don't feel like drinking at all. Ugh.
Ninja Turtles was awesome. Ninja Turtles 3 was not awesome. I don't know. I may have to watch it again, but the whole like traveling back in time. I don't know. With the magic lantern.
Now, don't take Marconen's nerd card away, because there's been stuff I haven't seen that people would go, oh. So, yeah, I'd get in trouble.
Like I stayed up late in high school in high school on weekdays just to stay up till like the 1 o'clock hour to watch Mystery Science Theater 3000 with Joel on it before Mike took over, way back in the day when it was still like syndicated from Minneapolis or Milwaukee or wherever they syndicated it from.
I'm so nerdy.
So my nerd card is strong and it is still here. It is practically tattooed on me. So yes, Flight of the Navigator, excellent film.
I think
One of
I
my
saw
favorites.
that one.
One of my favorites. I actually saw the ship. The ship is there at Disney. We took gosh, 4 years ago. Yeah, Minneapolis. Thank you, Zug. I thought it was Minneapolis.
Oh, hey, Zug.
Yeah. But yeah, the prop ship from Flight of the Navigator was just sitting on the lot because we did like one of the tours.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it, and I was like, "It's Flight of the Navigator!" Blah blah.
I think I
just took
saw
pictures
it.
of
I
it.
can't remember now. I've got to.
Paul Rubens was the voice of the robot that was inside the ship.
Yeah.
Compliance.
Maybe I haven't seen. I think I've seen it. I'll have to check and
It was
see what the
good.
plot is. Let me look.
That and Space Camp were two of my favorites growing up.
I love
Space
Space Camp.
Yes.
Oh, I love that movie.
I've not seen it in so long.
I love that movie.
And then
Oh,
the little
Flight of the
robot-
Navigator. Yes, it's got the little
Yeah.
robot thing by his face.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that.
And then it had the that little robot that looked kind of like a mini technodrome.
Yes.
Like the boss.
Happy birthday, Mr. Heckle.
Happy
36th
birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, I did that for like every single year that I worked overnights. My birthday was on that, and I had to work a 12, 14-hour shift. So I feel you there.
Oh my God, Wicked Kitten, that's the oh my gosh, beat me, whip me, take away my charge card, NASA is talking!
Oh,
it's so
yeah, that's
great.
right.
Oh,
And Tasia, I haven't seen the Goldbergs in so
we have to
long.
watch Space Camp.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you guys, okay, that's one of our goals on our Patreon. I want Triple T Movie Night really bad, guys.
Yes.
You help us out by doing that, and then we make those goals and we have movie night together. Oh my God. And there's ways that we can do it so that we can watch the same thing but not stream it, but we can be on stream and talk to each other. It's so cool. So Mark Honan found it.
That's funny, Draven. He says, some friends of mine decided to do an MST3K to Red Planet. I stayed silent for the entire movie till near the end when someone yelled an order at the ship, and I, in Pee-wee voice, said, "Compliance."
I need to see that again too. I haven't seen that movie in so long I don't remember a thing about it.
Oh, that was cool.
Space Camp. I remember I went to see that with a birthday party. It was a birthday party that I went to for a friend, and we saw Space Camp for the birthday party, and it was like I so wanted to be an astronaut so bad after seeing that movie.
I did too. It was only until high school when I decided to change my idea from being an astronaut to something else.
Because I didn't want to do the math.
Yeah. You gotta do math.
I had to do physics and math. What? It's not about just
Boring.
going in space? That sucks.
I just want to go. I just want to go up in space and be like, "Hey, I'm in space," and come back from space. I was like, I was in space.
It's a star right there. It's a space.
Actually, I could like touch it. If it wasn't like 1,000 degrees, I could like touch the star. I mean, I walked out on the sun. I was like, man, it's kind of hot, and then I came back home. No biggie, it's no big. Got a sweet tan, but it's faded now. I mean, you can't tell, but
I was in space. Doesn't matter.
yeah.
I'll lose my sweet tans for space.
You lose your what?
My sweet tan for space.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, Nymphadora. Now it totally doesn't hold up, but
it is complete 80s cheese. But
so
it is
80s cheese, but it's a group of kids that go on tour of NASA and they wind up getting launched in a spaceship to they get launched and they've got to figure out how to get home.
See now, wow! Joaquin Phoenix was the voice. Was Max?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Holy cow!
Yes.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Well, I knew Leah Thompson was in it, and what's her face? The lady that's on Sex and the City. She's got 3 names. What was her name?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the one who said, "Take my charge card," right?
Yeah, Kate
She was-
Capshaw was the teacher. Leah
Yeah.
Thompson, Kelly Preston was the one with the charge
Preston.
card. And
Rudy.
Joaquin Phoenix, the guy from Revenge of the Nerds. What's his face? Larry B. Scott. Tate Donovan. I forgot Tate Donovan. Tom Skerritt is in this.
Oh wow!
Terry O'Quinn from Lost.
The launch director. Oh wow! Hey,
Dude.
that's awesome. Such good memories.
Oh my gosh.
That
I need
was-
to see this again.
Yes, we do. 1986. Saw it on
Space Camp.
VHS.
Oh my gosh, this movie.
I mean, first of all, the first bad idea was actually putting the kids on the real shuttle and filling up the external fuel tank.
Yeah, seriously.
Why
Let's
would
actually
you
like
do that?
put the kids on a shuttle that could launch.
Oh,
So
Explorers was another one that I really loved.
you know what they just referred
Yeah.
me to? The movie
Yeah.
Daryl. Daryl. Do you remember this?
I saw that. I saw that at the bottom. I do not remember this.
Oh, I watched this. He's a robot. He's a child that's a robot. Oh my gosh, memory lane. Zug! This is our HBO Kids stuff. Like we talked about this all the time. This is our HBO Kid stuff. The Explorers fight the Navigator. Short Circuit. Harry and the
Yeah.
Hendersons.
Yeah. Harry and the Hendersons was
Oh
good.
my
Batteries Not
gosh.
Included. I love Batteries Not
I
Included.
like that one too.
Such a sweet movie.
It is.
Yeah, and I love Short Circuit. Like you can't. I don't think you could see it, but on that gray box at the top left,
Yep.
an engineer, he actually made a Johnny. It's actually a 12-inch tall Johnny Five figure
Oh my god.
because he actually designed the mold. He's like a robotics engineer, and he made like 200 of them. Now
Oh my
the
gosh.
Chinese company owns the thing and like sells it for like $50 on eBay, and you can
That's
build
awesome.
it yourself. But I always wanted a Johnny Five action figure.
You keep asking for one for Funko, but they don't respond to you.
I know they never do. I'm like, you've got the robot from Lost in Space. You've got Wally. You've got Eva. You've got Wally, for crying out loud. That's 85% of Johnny Five right there is Wally.
I know.
Just help me out, Funko, please. I need this, please.
Oh, our Patreon,
They're
man. Get us
all
movie
lonely.
night, because we want movie night.
They're so lonely. They need a robot who says, "Hey, laser lips, your mama was a snowblower."
That's awesome.
Nice software.
Nice software. Okay. We gotta get out of here because I'm getting pooped.
Yeah.
All right. I will talk to you guys. We'll talk to you guys next week. Have a wonderful week. We love you.
Yes, yes.
And we will see you in 7 days.
7
Slash
days, folks.
moo.
Have a great week. /moo.